Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Create the perfect relationship between you and your body. Treat your body with all love, honor, gratitude, and respect. When you make it a goal to adore your body and accept yourself completely, you're learning to have the perfect relationship with anyone else you are with. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 64, NASDAQ up 3, S&P's off 3, gold contract up $3.60, trading at $1,241 an ounce. Silver, flat at $20.09. Platinum, $1,430 an ounce. Copper, down a penny and a half at $3.34 a pound. Light sweet crude, $94.10. That was flat today. Bonds, now 10-year bond up 10 ticks at 124.09. 30-year bond up 20 ticks at 131.05. King dollar down 119 ticks, trading out at 81.02. The euro up 14 at 136, and the yen up 23, down 23 at 104.33. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You get a flat market. You're down $4. You have volume out here of 650 million versus 717. You're coming into a long weekend. I don't expect we're going to have much action tomorrow either, except for sideways moves. That's on your S&P. We go over to the Dow Industrials. You take a look at the Dow. Dow Industrials were basically flat also, down $64, but that's a flat market. We go into the NASDAQ. We take a look at the NASDAQ. What you have, the composite up $3. We are at 42.18, and the high of yesterday was the 42.18.79. Bottom line, you're sitting right at that high. We take a look at the SPY, the SPY. What we have with the SPY is that she did 70 million shares, flat market, right across the board here. Gold contract. So inside the gold market, what we have is this, folks. Gold today rejected lower price once again. We got to $12.35. We did 98,000 contracts. Gold is building cause, folks, to, I suspect, do quite an expansion. We're talking 1362 here. What gold had done is this. If we bring this back, December breaks topside, gives it up. You know, when we say break topside, the gold contract went from that 12.10, 3 days, it's up to 12.67. Breaks downtown, lighter volume, pushes into the spike from June, rejects it, has lighter volume, and then comes off those lows again with 2 separate signs of strength. The first sign of strength was January 2nd. Second sign of strength was last Friday on the 10th. That little baby's building cause in order to get into higher price. Now, let's go over to the bond market, because the bond market, folks, is also showing, guess what? It wants higher price. And bonds, we start with the 10-year. This is what you have. Up 11 ticks, 810,000 contracts. We are at 124.10. That little baby wants to run up to the October highs, which would get it into 126.25. You had the huge price spread, wide, huge volume. That was going back last Friday. We came down yesterday, tested that, dramatically lighter volume. This is setting up a small ABC structure on the way up. You take a look at the 30-year. 30-year out here today also had strength. It had price spread, and it had volume. 30-year right now, we did 217,000 contracts. Now, what the 30-year did is the 30-year is going to wake up in the morning right at its swing point. The swing point we're talking about is 131.08. We went to 131.07 today. We did that with 217,000 contracts versus 233. So I can expect what you're going to, that little baby wants to launch, and I suspect get up into much higher price. King dollar. We take a look at King dollar. What we have with King dollar is this. She pulled back slightly, 21,000 contracts. And what we have with King dollar is this. The swing point is 81.75. she's going to make a run for that swing point. What she can do, she can actually blow it away in a heartbeat and get up to that 83 area. We're going to have a lot of numbers coming out this week. Well, today, tomorrow, and then going right into next week. The first one, we'll go over and take a look at Intel. Intel came out with numbers after the close. They missed by a penny. The 52 cents is what they were looking to make. They made 51 cents. Intel closed at $26.54. She is trading right now at $25.78. So that's not the end of the world. That's only down 60 cents. 60 cents is certainly not the end of the world for Intel. It's been on a roar all the way up. Actually, what is interesting about that is that, Intel doesn't want to go down. So Intel's backing against the sign of strength that it had on January 14th. American Express, AXP, American Express just came out with numbers. American Express had closed at $87.78. She's trading down $1. And American Express, which is unusual for the banking structure anyway, they missed the numbers. American Express was expecting $1.25. They came in with $1.21. American Express, right now, she's making her way downtown, period. So this is what you have. The American Express had a high out there. That high was 91.08. You come down with some juice. She's going to try to back down American Express into this 80.40 level. Best Buy, you talk about getting whacked. Best Buy out here today got whacked in an extraordinary way, folks, down 33%. But guess what? You have out of time in the trade. You get your head wrapped around volume. It always blows my mind when this happens, folks, okay? But let me tell you something. Where does it go back to? You put this up, you're going to see it goes right back to the last time it had any volume on the way up. And unfortunately, guess what? No one can get out of it. It's so clear it's actually sick. When I was looking at this morning when it came out, it was just amazing. So the last time it had any volume on the way up goes back to April 2013. The high of that, and it's just screaming too, by the way, screaming. The high of that bar was 25.46. You had 102 million shares traded on the way up. It goes all the way up, and what does it do? It gets all the way up to $44. Gets up to $44, and guess what? It's going against the downdraft from the other side of 2010. See ya, don't want to be ya. This thing is down and down hard. The thing that's interesting now about this is that you have to let this recycle. But what has happened is that it's coming back to where it should have come back to. I suspect around 2147. At 2147, folks, you're going to actually want to be looking at Best Buy. That's how this thing is set up right now. Herbalife. But first, I'm going to go over to Nu Skin. Nu Skin today, you talk about getting smoked. This was down $44. Now, this also, folks, okay, in 2 days, the stock has gone from $140 to $70, $140.50. You take a look at this, guess what? You're not going to believe this. I'm telling you, it's the same setup, exact same setup, meaning last time with volume on the way up, this thing is screaming that it's going to go into $53. Yeah, $53 to $56. The thing is hanging out there, and it's hanging out there in an extraordinary way. That was the last time it had any juice on the way up. Takes everyone south, and in this particular case, this took everyone south about as quick as I've ever seen anyone or any equity go south. What that's all about is that in China, they're basically saying that it's a Ponzi scheme. Now, there's been plenty of press in the United States about Herbalife. And what that has to do with is that a hedge fund manager came out with a bunch of different papers that Herbalife is also a Ponzi scheme. Now, Herbalife was only down $7. And since when he came out with this deal, it was trading at about $40. It comes all the way back up. The $73 was what it had to get back inside of, because it was a false break topside. It's going to be interesting to see, okay, what are they going to be able to get any juice on the way down? Certainly today, $7 for Herbalife is not a big deal on the way down. Capital One just come out with numbers. That closed at $76. That is trading right now at $74.96. So evidently, we're not using our credit cards. That's a beautiful thing. So what we have is this, okay? This come in short too. Hey, that's a good thing. We're not using our credit cards. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. We had the Dow finish down 64. Nasdaq up 3. S&P's off 3.5. We're going to be right back.